Hi everyone, welcome to Saturday Science with Ms. Julie. I'm your host, Ms. Julie, and here's my lovely assistant,
Tristan.
And Tristan, what are we talking about this week?
I don't know.
You don't know? Are you sure? Wasn't it something to do with water filtration?
Filtration.
Water filtration. And do you know what that is? No. Are you sure? Okay, so filtration is the process where you're taking particles of something, like, say, strawberries, and you put them in a colander, and you're catching all of those strawberries.
I want strawberry.
I know you want strawberries, but filtration can also be taking out smaller molecules. Teeny tiny little molecules. Beep. Which means you can filter things a lot of different ways. A lot of people may have Brita filters. Those are actually carbon filters similar to what's in your turtle's tank. Yes, that takes care of icky gickies that are in the water. Okay, so that carbon actually will catch all of those big molecules and keep them from going into the rest of the water. So it's filtering out by catching those big molecules. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but the little molecules
Can they still get through? Yeah, they can. So it all depends on what kind of filter you have. Like, even on your air conditioner unit or your furnace, you've got those furnace filters. They have some that are like regular ones, and they have some that are super awesome at catching like all the allergens. So those are great for people who have allergies, like me. Yay, cottonwood. But anywho, we're talking water filtration. So what we are going to do is we are going to take 3 samples of substrate. Do you know what substrate is?
No.
Let's think about it. Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. It's something you can walk on.
Cement.
Cement. Yep, that is an impermeable substrate, which means nothing can get through it. What about, is sand a substrate?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's a squishy one, right?
Yeah, means something can get through it.
Mm-hmm.
Like something can dig through it, and like a crab can
That's right.
walk down a
So
hole
that's
in
what we
the
could
sand.
call porous.
Porous.
Very good. Now, is dirt a substrate?
Dirt?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Ow.
Yes.
Ow.
How about gravel? Is gravel a substrate?
Nothing gets through the rocks.
Are you sure? What if it's just like lots of little rocks all together? That's what gravel is. That's a substrate.
Yeah, but
And then what about grass? Is grass a substrate?
yes.
Yes, it is. Now, what we're gonna do with this experiment is we're gonna take some grass from our yard, and we are going to put it in a 2-liter bottle that we've cut in half. We're also gonna take some extra gravel from our turtle tank. We had some left over. And then we're gonna take some dirt, just regular plain old boring dirt, and we're gonna put that into a 3rd 2-liter bottle that we've cut in half. We're then going to try and take some old nylon socks of mine and use them as a filter to keep all the curmudgeon out of our sample. We'll see if it works. I have no idea if it's gonna work or not. But we're gonna try it. And if that doesn't work, you guys can always use cheesecloth at home. It does pretty much the same thing. It's just a little bit, there's larger holes, so it might work a little bit better depending on what kind of dirt you guys have. Now, when we're looking at this filtration, we're trying to see really why we need to have plants in our life and in our yard. Do you like to have plants in your yard?
Yeah, but I don't see anything on the table.
Right, because all of the stuff is outside, because we're doing a big experiment outside, and there's a lot of dirty stuff that I really don't want in my kitchen. So it's all outside on the driveway. You want to go out there and start our experiment? Yes? All right, let's make it happen, Captain. All right, guys, welcome outside. We've made it out here with all of our stuff for the experiment. And what we're going to be looking at is water filtration and why we need substrate and plants to hold that substrate in place. Without the plants, are we going to have dirt in our yards? Oh, that's right. Now, what we did for this experiment, we took 2-liter bottles, and what did we do to them, Tristan?
Get them in half.
We cut them in half, that's right. And then we took a little nylon sock, old footies of mine, and we put them around the ends to keep all of our substrates from actually falling out. Now, what we've got for our substrates, we've got, what's this?
Okay, yes.
It's grass, and what's underneath it?
Dirt, and why we have the footies on is because we don't want the water to go like zoom, 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 zoom.
Well, we want to be able to catch any of the dirt that's actually coming out of there because we don't want it to fall and skew our results, right? Because are we trying to see how much dirt falls out into our collection cups? What are we going to try and measure?
Water.
The water, that's right. So we're going to send water through 3 different substrates. Now, the substrates that we have, we just pointed out we've got our sod. So we've got the dirt with the grass on top, and it's looking fabulous. We've got some leftover aquarium gravel. Tristan, do you want to go ahead and pour that into the middle one? All right, go ahead, pour that on into the middle one.
A lot?
All of it. Good. Perfect. We got some extra aquarium gravel. It can go all the way to the end, that's fine. Doesn't matter, that's why we have the socky there. Perfect, look at that. Beautiful.
The one girl clean right there, so they go my water.
That's right, that's why we put those nylons there.
And then don't want them to break the glass container.
And the last thing that we've got, we have straight up dirt. Very dry, sad dirt. So this would be the same kind of dirt that would be, well, and rocks, apparently,
Why?
that you're gonna find in your yard. Tristan, do you wanna help Mommy pour this one? All right, help Mama pour. Nice and slow.
Mommy, I found a rock.
No, I think that was just a big chunk of dirt.
No, it was a rock.
I think it was dirt. There we go.
Mommy,
It's fine, it's fine. Leave them in there. It's fine. Shh,
I'm
it's
not-
okay. It's totally fine.
I'm not going to touch the dirt.
It's just dirt, it washes off, you're fine. So we have our 3 beautiful substrates ready for testing.
Yes, I was.
Now Tristan, I want you to make a quick hypothesis and tell me this.
This one looks taller.
Well, yeah, that is taller, but that's not my question. Which one of these is going to catch and hold the most water? You think the dirt with nothing in it?
The rocks in it.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of little tiny pebbles in there, so you think just normal dirt, no plants or anything in it is gonna catch the most water.
I think this one.
Oh, you're changing it to the grass? Okay, that's a good one. Which one do you think the water is gonna move through the fastest? You think the gravel? These are good hypotheses. So, are you ready to test these ideas?
Yes.
All right, so we've got our 2 gallons of water.
I want to use this.
We're gonna start with regular water first, and then we're gonna move to our color water because we wanna see if the different substrates will actually collect any of the dye that we've added to our water here. So Tristan, honey, which one are we gonna start with? Are we gonna start with the dirt, the gravel, or the sod? The dirt? Okay. So we're gonna take our mason jars that conveniently have numbers on the side, and we're gonna put 3 cups or 24 ounces of water through the dirt, okay? Here we go.
We almost got up to 18.
We got 3 cups here. So Tristan, you're gonna be in charge of slowly. Do you want? Let's start with this so you can practice pouring. How's that? All right, 2 hands. Yep, we're gonna work together. I'm gonna hold the collection cup underneath. Oh, look at that go. Woo! Gotta go slow, gotta go slow. It's all right. So we're seeing that water dribble out.
How it's getting your footy wet.
It is getting the footy wet.
Oh, it's starting to get out into
Oh
it.
no!
Into it. I thought we put water in it.
There we go.
Next off, Mommy, give this guy water.
All right, well, let's see how much water has come through this. Here, out of the picture. All right. So we're gonna give that a minute to finish draining out.
It's going to get way past 16.
All right, and we're gonna let that keep dripping. Now, Tristan, does that water look clean or dirty? It looks cloudy to me. It looks kind of dirty. All right, let's do the same thing with the dirt.
Yeah.
We're gonna add 24 ounces of water.
Can I hold the container up?
You're gonna hold the catch container?
Yes.
All right, that seems like a good idea.
How much water am I?
All right, you hold that and Mama's gonna pour. That's a good teamwork. I like it. Here we go. Ooh.
It's drizzling. See how much I'm getting?
Does that water look clean or dirty, dude?
Dirty.
Super dirty.
Because of the sun. The sun is done. Sticking your hand into
I am. I'm trying to get it so I think the dirt's clogging it.
clogging it.
Yep,
Dirt is clogging it.
yep, it is. I guess I shouldn't have put that little cover on there, huh? Now I get to milk it. Hold it underneath, please.
Milk
Keep it
it.
centered.
You have to milk it like a cow.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're gonna milk it like a cow. So we get creative. Scientific variables. Make life more interesting, right, Tristan?
Yeah, we should put that right there. Now let's just have it drizzle. It's a little.
All right.
You just have to take it off.
Yeah, I think I might just have to take it off.
So the water just goes straight down.
Yeah, it's gonna be super gross.
Yeah.
Oh!
Again. I'm actually giving it well. That water looks dirty, and we actually caught sand.
Yeah, we got some of the dirt out of there, didn't we?
Yep.
Pretty gross.
Yeah.
All right. So, from what we've seen so far, Tristan, let's make a couple observations.
This
Which water is cleaner?
one.
The one from the gravel, right? And which one's dirtier? The one from the dirt.
Yep.
So now, Tristan, also look here.
Yeah.
What happened in this container?
We actually took dirt out.
We took dirt out.
And we have to take off that footy.
Yeah.
Because it's
Now,
wet.
here's the thing, too. When we leave it.
Wet.
When we took that, what happened, Tristan, when we put the water in here, did all that soil stay put, or did it get washed away?
All that soil got washed.
It got washed away, and that's because of something called erosion. And erosion is the process by which the weather, like water or snow or moving ice, actually takes away the top layer of the earth, the crust. Now, with erosion, as we see here, the gravel pretty well stayed in place, and so did the dirt. But now, Tristan, let's do this. Let's do the last bit with the grass. Are you gonna hold the collection tube while I? All right. Come to your left just a little bit. Tristan, move your body to the left. There we go. Perfect. All right. Hopefully this works. I have no idea. I've never tried this, so we're gonna pour it nice and slowly, and we're gonna see what happens. Whoa! It's coming slowly. Mm-hmm.
It's actually blackening the water.
That's working pretty well, actually. I'm surprised.
The water's starting to get lost.
Keep going. We got more to go.
We have to take
We gotta get 3 cups in.
Maybe have to take off the footing. That's why I get like shatter out.
Now, if at home you guys happen to have like cheesecloth, the cheesecloth would probably work better. It lets liquids slip through it a lot easier. Or if you have any kind of like fine mesh, like leftover screening or things like that. All right, there's all 3 cups worth.
Yes. This one is still running.
Yep, it's still running.
Yeah.
There's more. Keep it up, Tristan. Hold it up. Hold it up. We're gonna lose it. Pick it up. Pick it up.
You're getting me wet at one.
You're fine. That's because you kept moving it, baby. All right. There we go. So go ahead and drip it. Just wipe it on your pants. It's fine. We gotta do laundry anyways. So.
Yeah,
All right. So Tristan, looking at these 3, we've got our 3 jars.
and this one looks cleaner, but these two look dirty.
That's right. But which one's dirtier? The one with the grass or the one without the grass? The one without the grass. Now, for us to really see how important plants with roots are to helping the environment and filtering things out, what we need to do is we need to try it with the red water. That's right. So we're gonna try this experiment again with red water. And what we're gonna look at too is with all of these, we wanna look at how much water actually came out. So we put 3 cups of water in each one of our test substrates.
And this one worked the best.
Now Tristan,
And this.
I want you to come over here. And I want you to come look at each one of these levels. Can you see?
That level.
This is 2.5 cups.
And this is hot.
That's a little over 2.5 cups. And then this one, Tristan, is that higher or lower than the others? It's lower. It's down at 2 cups.
Yeah. All together, look at those.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Here's a cool thing too. So we can show everybody at home as well.
Yeah.
You can see how much dirt is really in there. So that's not very clean water at all.
That's super dirty, and look how much power I gave it.
It is. Now this one, we're gonna let it sit for a minute or 2, but that one's probably not gonna have as much sediment in it, and that's probably just teeny tiny particles.
That's big particles.
Right, now, what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna go water the plants with these. And we'll be right back. And we're back. All right.
Camera, do you not understand me?
You are a silly little goose. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and add some more dirt to our first one because we kind of lost a lot of it, didn't we?
And I want a rock. Then you just pulled out. This could be
Oh. Are you okay?
my collection.
Oh, that's gonna go in your collection?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only we need to rinse this off.
We'll rinse it off later. Right now, we're gonna finish our experiment. So set it next to the bucket. All right, now, are you going to do the collection again? Okay, we're gonna start. You wanna start with the gravel?
Yes, because that worked out so good.
Okay, now Tristan, really quick, look at the camera and tell everybody which one of these is going to catch the most color in the substrate. You think the gravel's gonna catch the most color? Really? Okay, which one's gonna catch the least color? You think that's gonna catch the least color? Now, where do you think I'm asking? You think the substrate is gonna catch the color or the cup? The cups? Okay.
Okay.
So, Tristan, so you think the gravel is gonna catch, the gravel cup is gonna catch the most color? Or the least color?
The most.
The most color? Which collection cup is gonna catch the least amount of color? You think the dirt? Okay, that's a good hypothesis. Let's go ahead and test it. And again, we're gonna do 3 cups of our beautiful red.
We're going to start off with the gravel.
We're gonna start with the gravel,
No, this, the dirt.
the dirt. Let's do the gravel. I like the idea of the gravel. Yeah.
Dirt.
Apparently we're doing the dirt first this time. Okay. Red food colored water. Nothing special. Into our dirt. Here we go.
Wait,
Yep.
wait.
Yeah, we'll just let it run. Whatever.
No.
That's really gross. All right.
Yeah, you got me wet.
Well, then just hold on tight. Use 2 hands. It's gonna get heavy. Oh, there we go. When you guys go to do this at home, just put a rock at the end. That'll keep most of the dirt from falling out.
There.
Until it gets clogged. Ooh, 2 hands, Tristan, 2 hands. I know it's gonna get heavy. We're getting there, we're almost there, we're almost there. You're doing great, you're doing great. 2 hands, 2 hands. 2 hands. Tristan, I need you to use 2 hands.
I am, but there's so much water.
We're almost there. There's just like a couple more ounces coming.
Yeah. You see what Agnes? Yeah.
Tristan, you're missing some. Honey, we're not gonna have accurate results if you keep moving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I told you not to move it. You're all dirty. All right.
I need to back after this.
And no, we'll just go play in a sprinkler in the backyard.
Yay!
We gotta water the plants anyways. All right, round 2 with the gravel. Okay. Again, we got 24 ounces of water. Go ahead, hold that collection jar in the middle. If you need to get closer, you can get closer. That's fine. Here we go. You okay? All right.
I'm going to get in front of the camera.
It's all right.
Ow. Turn red. It's getting stuck. Still milky.
Yep.
Okay, now cow.
It is a lot like milking a cow or a goat. Very similar.
I don't want to hold this any longer.
You're so strong. You're almost there. We're almost out of the water. did you go? We're almost there.
Let's sit down.
Okay. Beautiful.
Wow, you guys got higher than that.
Yeah.
Look, no.
So, all right.
I'm so dirty.
You're fine. All right, Tristan, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's make some observations.
That one got
Which one of these is darker in color? The one from the gravel, right? Was there anything in there? Do rocks soak things up? No, they're not porous. They don't soak anything up. So all of the dye that we sent through just came out the other side of our bottle, right? Right. Now with our dirt, Tristan, is it a little bit lighter in color?
and a little bit darker.
Well, yeah, there's the darkness at the bottom because that's the dirt that came out from erosion. But we were able to filter some of that dye out. That's why this one is a little bit lighter.
I saw one gun.
It's fine. We're outside. There's gonna be bugs. Now, when we look at these,
Something.
Tristan, look at the amount of water in each. Which one has more?
Does it almost got past 40?
Yeah, it almost went past the 24. So we got the same amount of water out that we put in with our water.
And we got,
Right?
Maybe I need to switch this.
Now the second one, does the dirt have more or less?
Less. And look how wide that is.
Yeah, and look at how much dirt is down in the bottom too. Like there's a lot of dirt in the bottom of this.
Oh,
So
that's a lot.
if we show this to all of our friends at home and bring it close,
And look at this one. There's no,
you guys can really see.
look
Here's
at,
the gravel.
Look in here.
There's nothing in that one. Set it down, Tristan. That's not helpful. I'm showing them two different ones right now. So when we look close,
That's
you can
kind
see
of-
how the
that's-
gravel has nice bright red color. The dirt is slightly lighter in coloration. That's because the dirt actually trapped some of the dye in it as we were running the dyed water through.
Mommy, that one's
And it's red, honey. It's red.
going to
All right, now for the grass. Are you ready? I'm really curious to see how much of this colored water gets trapped by the soil.
And I'm going
Are you gonna hold the cup again?
to, no.
Hold the cup again. I can't do this without you holding the cup. So you're gonna hold the cup.
I'm going to milk it.
Yep, I'm gonna milk it.
It's getting reddish water.
Yeah, but it's not super red.
Oh,
Two hands, baby, two hands.
I got it.
I know it's hard, but you're doing great, Sweet Pea.
It's so hard. I'm getting heavier.
You're doing amazing, Sweet Pea.
Look, you're actually jumping from me setting it down.
Yeah, you got lucky. All right, so while Mommy's milking this,
I actually got
why don't you explain to everybody what you're seeing right now?
Actually, this is like, see how high that is in this gap? Wow. Both of these are not the way it now. They're actually,
You're gonna milk it now? Go ahead.
I don't want milk. That's
it look? Does it look brighter?
Or darker? Hey, I'm looking.
Look at that, there's a slug in here. Right here. It's a slug. Who's apparently getting a little red food coloring bath. Well, we'll put him in our garden in a minute or two.
Yeah, and then water him. Let's water him.
Yep. No, we're not gonna drown him.
Yeah, food coloring bath. Red food coloring bath for a snail.
Slug.
For a slug. Hey, that's funny. Yeah, slug, don't stop. When a snail takes off its shell, it's called a slug.
But Tristan, can snails take off their shells?
They only do if they get too big.
No, you're thinking a hermit crab.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, so Tristan, that's pretty good.
My hand got wet.
Yeah, your hand did get wet.
It got red food
Huh.
coloring
How fun. All right. So, looking at our results, looking at the results from round 2, Tristan, which substrate caught the most water?
No, that one.
No, which substrate caught the most water? So which jar has the least amount in it?
This one.
What's this?
Grass.
The grass.
It actually has a roly-poly in it.
It did have a roly-poly and a slug in it. Which substrate caught the least amount of dye?
Grass.
Grass caught the least?
Oh, yeah.
Gravel caught the least. That's right. And then which one actually held onto water? No.
Held onto water?
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Which one of the substrates soaked up the water? The dirt soaked up a little bit of water. Yep, and so did the grass. Did the grass or the dirt soak up more water? Looking at our jars, which jar has less water in it? The soil. That's right. So the dirt or the sod caught the most water.
Gravel is rock.
Right, gravel's rocks. Now, Tristan, tell Mama this. With the dirt,
Maybe I
with
should
the
do
grass, Tristan, why do you think the grass catches more water? What does the grass have that the dirt does not? Starts with an R, ends in oots. What word is that? Roots. Roots, right. And Tristan, where are the roots of a plant found? Under the dirt. Which means you're not in the shot. Get behind the plants.
Yeah, you can.
All right, so Tristan, looking at these, do you think that if we have more grass and less dirt, we're actually going to keep our yards in place?
All 3 of our yards.
Yeah. If we have more grass and less dirt, we can keep our yards in place. Now, that being said, Tristan, looking at our water, between these two, which one looks cleaner? The one from the grass, right?
Yeah.
And it also has a lighter color
Like,
than the dirt. And that's not because of the dirt, it's because the grass and the roots of the plants soaked up. They soaked up that extra dye.
and this one actually got
Yeah, that one stayed as just as bright as
The sun.
our control. So here's a nice comparison to see how much these actually changed. So in my right hand is our control. My left hand has the gravel water. So you can see they're pretty much the same. The gravel water is just a little bit dustier. Here's our dirt sample next to the control. And last but not least, the grass sample next to the control. So we can really see how each one of these samples is affected by the type of substrate that we use.
And I want to play in that sprinkler. Hey,
Oh, we're gonna play in that sprinkler, don't you worry.
yeah.
Now Tristan, before we head back inside to really take a full look at our results, tell me this. If you were in charge of taking care of our yard,
means I would just have to hose it and lawn mow it and
yeah, hose it and lawn mow it. But wait, come here really quick.
hose it with the sprinklers. Hey,
So Tristan, tell mommy this. If you were in charge of taking care of our yard, would you want to lawn mow it? Oh, you would? What do you think has deeper roots? Grass or flowers?
flowers.
So if we filled our yard up with flowers,
The grass would have deeper roots.
no, the flowers would have deeper roots. We'd actually collect more water in our yard and the plants could use that water.
Oh, yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
That means that we'd be able to protect our yard better by planting things with deeper roots. How awesome is that?
Flowers. Yay.
Lots and lots of flowers. It's one of our favorite things to plant.
Yes.
Now, Tristan, was this fun?
Yes.
Yes? Tell me this. Should everybody try this at home?
Yes.
What could they change at home?
You can change the food. You can change.
Changing the substrate? So
Yes,
maybe using like sand might be a cool thing to try. Maybe having wet dirt and dry dirt next to each other to see which one actually collects more water.
And this one. There.
Well, yeah, exactly. And we can use that gravel as the control all around. Now, on top of that, could they also, what else could they try? Maybe with their waters.
You can change your water blue if you have blue color.
That's right, you can change the color of the water. Because what's really interesting is with food coloring, the color of the dye is actually a different size molecule. Which means if we were to try this with blue, we might have actually had different results. So we might have actually been able to see these results a little bit better. Okay, so we're back from finishing our experiment outside. I had a lot of fun. Tristan, did you have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah! Now, was it kind of a messy experiment? Do you see why I put everything outside before we started?
No.
Yeah, because I don't want dirt in my kitchen because that's icky gicky and I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, and I don't want to vacuum it off the floor.
You're very good at vacuuming though. Now, here's the thing. With our experiment, Tristan, we learned a few new things, didn't we? Did we learn that gravel is really good at catching water or letting it run through?
Run through.
Letting it run through, that's
Yeah,
right.
and it's like push it.
Yeah, the water just pushes its way around the rocks and all the way into our collection bin. So we poured 3 cups worth of water into the gravel and we got 3 cups back. Both times we did the experiment. That's pretty good, right? Now, that being said, out of the dirt and the sod, which one was better at catching water?
The sod.
The sod.
Because
Why?
Because it has roots.
Because it what?
Has roots.
It has roots. Yes, roots. And what are roots?
Uh,
They're not your shoulder. Keep your shirt on. What are roots?
they hold the grass and flowers in the ground.
Yeah, they hold the grass and the flowers in the ground. That's where all of those plants get their nutrients from. They're like straws. They help to suck all the water and the nutrients out of the soil and into the plant. Now, what's really cool about plants is they all have different depth. They all have longer or shorter roots depending on their species. Now, that's really good because some plants need shallow roots because they may not need as much water as other plants. Some have really, really deep roots so they can get more water from deeper down. So, when we're looking at our experiment, Tristan, if we were to have like super short roots, do you think our sod would have caught more or less water?
Less.
Less, very good. And if they were, I mean, they were pretty big roots. They were about 3 inches thick.
Yeah, but if they were giant,
If the roots were as long as you, do you think they could have caught more water?
yeah, they could get like 100% of water. They were 100.
Well, as it stood, the soil and the sod both caught about a quarter to a half cup worth of water each. In fact, when we ran the red dyed water through the sod, it caught a full cup of that colored water. So, Tristan, what was different with the sod between the first and second experiment? What was different with the water?
The first experiment, the water was narrow, but the next experiment, the water was red dyed.
That's right. So because of that red dye, it actually made the water almost thicker. Even though to us, it still poured the same, it worked the same, for all intents and purposes it was the same, but the dye made it a little bit denser, meaning that the soil was able to catch more of that color and the sod was able to catch more of that color than just water. That kind of cool? Yeah. So, do you think that if we used a different color dye, we might have gotten different results?
And maybe it only got like all of that cup. We just put that whole cup on that side. It could have caught all that blue dye.
We could have. Now, here's a fun thing for you guys to try at home. I'm going to challenge everybody that watches this video to go home, try this, and see what happens with different colored dyes. Now, do us a favor. Post your results here on YouTube, post it on our Facebook, our Instagram, whichever, because then we can, as a community, work together to see if using colored dyes makes a difference for this experiment, and we can post those results. Now, the cool thing too, we love to see all the videos that you guys do, so send them to us. We love to be able to talk about everybody's videos in addition to all the comments you leave us too. Now, before we get to all those extra comments, Tristan, tell me this. From this experiment, did you learn that we need to have plants?
Yes, we need to have flowers so I can sniff them.
Flowers so you can sniff them. And we need roots to do what to the dirt?
Keep the flower in place.
To keep the flower in place and to keep all the dirt in place, right? And
blowing the dirt out of the ground and into the air.
So we need to have those plants around. And Tristan, what's a cool thing that plants can bring to our yards? That starts with a P?
Pollinator for flowers.
Pollinators for the flowers. High five. Good memory, baby.
Yeah.
Boom. Can you name a pollinator? Bzzz.
Buzz.
What are they? What animal?
Bumblebee.
The bumblebees.
Buzz.
Are hummingbirds pollinators?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Are roly-polies pollinators?
No.
They could be. Are birds pollinators?
No.
Wait, isn't a hummingbird a bird? Yeah, it is.
Bird.
Did you know that some birds, they'll go to eat the seeds and they'll catch the pollen and they'll fly it away? And could bats be a pollinator?
They are not.
Yes, they are. Yep. There's frugivore bats, the fruit bats, who fly from tree to tree, and they'll drink, sometimes they'll drink nectar out of flowers, but most of the time they eat the fruits off the trees, and as they're climbing through the branches, just like Stella Luna, they can get all covered up in pollen. And as they go from flower to flower, they spread the pollen. Squirrels technically are pollinators as well. Cool, huh? So we need pollinators, because without the pollinators, we have no plants. With no plants, we have no roots. With no roots, we lose all the dirt. And with no dirt, where would we live? On a boat, right? Yeah, on a boat. No fun. But you know what is fun? Subscribing to our channel. So make sure you guys hit that little bell icon so you get notifications. Also make sure you hit subscribe. Check out our links below for Facebook, Instagram, as well as our Patreon accounts. We would love for you guys to head over there because Tristan, what do we have over at Patreon? What kind of content? Right. So make sure you guys subscribe, hit that little bell icon so you can get the latest notifications about our new videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button because the more subscribers we get, the more videos we can make. That being said, head over to Facebook, Instagram, and our Patreon. You can find those links below so you can visit us there. And on Patreon, you get access to all that special content. So make sure you check it out.
That's early.
And you'll get early access to videos. Tristan's favorite thing. So Tristan, should we tell everybody to have fun?
Goodbye, have fun.
Bye guys, we'll see y'all next week.